Okay, let's see. Oh, we are live, baby.
Hey.
Yeah, what's up out there, horror fam? Things are going to get... Oh my god, we have a ghost of fucking silence! Oh no, wait, that's just Necro. Oh! This is spooky. Whoa.
Why does Necro gotta be that way?
Yeah, why is he like this?
Why are you so spooky?
Yeah. So
what's the matter? I can't get your ghost?
Yeah, Bob. Oh, man. Hey, we got the chat already pumping in here. I see Jonas, Danny, Saved by Grace, Gory Tiger. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look, I knew that ghost costume would come off with the quickness. Look at that.
That's gotta be so hot.
Yeah.
That means only the early birds got to see the spooky Necro.
Yeah.
That's it. You gotta be real early to catch that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Look at that, dude. It's going to make your mascara run. We couldn't have it.
Oh, yeah, man.
Those
I need my mascara.
Eyelashes.
Yeah, we do. Look at that jackass hat. I like that.
For Vegas in July, man.
Ooh, heck yeah.
He's ready.
So tonight, we are going to have a super duper scary, wary show for all of you because we are going to be sharing some of our personal, paranormal, ghost, whatever stories you want to call them. Oh, do we have an echo saved? Is there still an echo on the stream? Jonas, is there an echo? Are we having any audio issues whatsoever? This is the first time we've tried to do this with us together.
Yeah, maybe I should turn my sound down.
I don't know. There's no way they're picking it up through your headset. So, I mean, it maybe came through the phone for a second or something like that. No, sir.
Oh,
we're
cool.
all good. Jonas gave us
All
the
right.
thumbs up. What's up, Jordan? Hey, Jordan, man. Want to check with you, dude. Are we having any audio issues whatsoever? This is the first time we're trying it with 3 people. Just
Echo.
It's a ghost.
Yeah!
Spooky.
What's up, JK Ishak? Hey, man, are we having audio issues? If somebody could give us a heads up on that, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, God. Anna, why did you...
The ghost was here the whole time.
Yep, the whole time.
Gory, I totally blame you for that. Anna literally just spit coffee across the desk.
I just had a spit take.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that. Like,
I'm in
all
trouble.
this equipment. Like,
The
I want to
night-
let you guys know.
The night has started off with a bang.
We have 2 laptops on this desk. I have my camera and microphone and lighting right here, and Anna literally projectiles
I got
coffee.
nothing on anything but my
But her
laptop.
computer.
So...
Oh my god. Okay, so tonight, thank every single one of you for coming in here, number 1, but number 2, giving me some feedback on the audio issue. I'm glad it's just you, Saved by Grace, as mean as that sounds. At least I don't have to figure anything out over here.
Yes, it's
While-
nice.
Yeah,
We've got the haunted PC.
yeah, it is. Oh my goodness. But yeah, spit take, George. Oh my god. Gory Tiger, look what you've done did.
I'm in trouble.
But-
I'm never gonna make it.
Oh,
I'm never
safe.
gonna make it all the way through.
Yeah, no, it's over. It's over for us already. So
Good night, folks. It was good to see
so
everybody.
this is the first 5 minutes of the stream.
I'm out of here.
Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about personal paranormal experiences, and I just want to get a question out of the way. Because I have a few, but I want to know, do we have any that aren't scary?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I think James.
I don't.
Or I think Necro and I probably both have some that aren't scary. Absolutely.
Is it
Oh, yeah.
because you two are just more positive people than me, or what's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fair
No.
enough, fair enough.
We believe that there are good spooks out there, so.
And then I'm the dick who just tries to contact them to torment. Like, talk to me, dick. I'm like the Zach Baggins.
Yeah. You had some trouble because, Necro and I grown up, like, we absolutely were not allowed to have a Ouija board in the house. Like,
Well, you guys were Catholic schoolgirls.
we were all
That's
Catholic
right.
schoolgirls. My
Schoolgirls,
brothers and
same
sisters
time.
were all Catholic schoolgirls.
Yeah.
Love my skirt.
Hell yeah.
He looks so cute in it. You don't
Yeah, I
even
bet
know.
he did. Just like Mother Superior, huh?
That's right.
Oh, man. All right, so who wants to go first?
Necro, you want to tell him about? Maybe if we start, we can almost do like a chronological. Because Necro started having experiences with spooks when he was little.
Yeah, when I was little, I was really scared of the dark. But one of the things that I did to not be scared of the dark was I actually forced myself to sit in the dark alone.
Good man.
Until I was not afraid of it, and then it just it's just comfortable being in the dark. It was like, okay, cool. So there's nothing here that's gonna get me. When I was young, I was growing up at my grandparents' house, and there was, I guess my parents thought it was an imaginary friend at the time. I told them it was like this little kid named Harry.
Uh-oh.
And then, I'll let her continue, because I actually ran into him when I was in my early 20s as well. But he actually moved with me from my grandparents' house to my parents' house afterwards. So I'll let Anna give you more details with it. But yeah, I mean, it's so that was kind of like my first run-in with that ghost. But yeah, when we're done going through the kid stuff, I'll tell you about the one when I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we legitimately grew up in a haunted house. As far as we know, it was a child.
Mm-hmm.
His name, as dubbed by Necro, was Harry.
Yeah.
And he would say goodnight to Harry every night, which is what clued my parents in to the fact that, James was in touch. But they also had experiences where my mom found my little sister playing in our bedroom alone, talking to someone. And when my mom asked her who it was, she said it was Harry. And my mom said, "What does Harry look like?" And she said, "He's little like me, and he's wearing a red shirt. Can't you see his red shirt?" So
oh man.
Yeah. And little things used to happen in the house. So my parents' bedroom was on the second story.
Yeah.
And they would hear knocking at their window at night, but not like random knock, like the...
Oh!
Yeah, like
okay.
somebody actually. And we used to, Necro, I don't know if you remember, we had this huge front door. It was this big, heavy, very dark, and you kind of had to push it open, push it closed, like it was...
Yeah.
And one day we were out in the front yard. I don't remember what we were doing. I don't know if it was yard work day or what. We're all out in the front yard, and that door suddenly goes, boom, and the door gets locked. We all got locked out. We're all in the front yard, and we got locked out of our house.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. It was like, what the heck just happened? And yeah, we all got locked out from it, and there was no way that door was so heavy that there was no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was all little playful things like that. There was never anything mean. I don't remember any of us ever being afraid in the house or anything like that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Never.
Nothing ominous, nothing scary. He was our buddy. He was our buddy Harry.
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, do you have any other of the younger stories?
No, that's kind of all I remember, really.
Yeah. So this was really weird. So, I moved back into my grandparents' house in my early 20s. Like, I had just finished up with school, started a job. They had rats in the ceiling, and it was a regular thing for me to hear them running along the ceiling and putting traps up and killing them. Like, basically, I would hear them put a trap up, and within 2 minutes, snap. And then I get the rat down, put another one back up, listen, snap, kill it.
Jeez.
It was so bad one time that one of the ceiling tiles while I was sleeping fell onto the bed, and and a rat came down with it. I was like, ah, crap. So.
Oh shit! I think my reaction would be a bit different.
Oh,
but...
and I've hated ceiling tiles ever since hearing that story.
Yeah, so after I killed all the rats, another night, it's probably a month later, I felt something. I wasn't feeling real good. I was a little bit down. Some things weren't going the way that I wanted them to, and I felt something get onto the bed with me, and I held really still because I figured it was a rat. And I was like, all right, I'm going to kill this guy. It's going down. and I look up, and I feel a depression in the bed next to my legs. And I'm like, oh man, this thing's big.
Yeah.
And I look over, and it's just black. And I can feel it pressed right up against my leg, but it wasn't like a feeling of dread or anything like that. It really felt comforting. And it was really weird because, at that time in your life, you have other people that have died and you think, oh, it should be my great grandma or something. But the name Harry popped into my head, and it was really weird. I hadn't thought of him in, 15 years prior to that. So it was really weird that this spirit showed up to me during this really dark time, and just like the idea of it, I mean, like the name just popped into my head of who it was, because it was this small person that showed up just to say, hey, stop feeling so down, you loser.
Yeah, that's awesome though, man. Like, you had a total bro.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Here he was. He was our little bro.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually come from like a long line of people who experience the paranormal. I don't know if we're just open to it. There's something in the DNA, but we know that for sure, at least, that our grandfather on our mother's side had a lot of experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And our mother, his daughter, has a lot of experiences. So
jeez, so you guys are just open to it. But it's like, and for anyone out there in the chat right now, feel free to share your paranormal experiences or what you even think about the paranormal, like whether you believe it exists and these things do happen or not. We'd love to get that conversation flowing. But yeah, man, so that, it's a trope that kind of bugs me in horror movies, is like when they have the kid who's talking to someone that isn't there, and it's like, who are you talking to? Oh, my man with the funny fingers. My man with the fun... And I'm like, oh my god, this is so tired and cheesy and horrible. But it sounds like it exists for a damn reason.
Yeah, it's just real.
Yeah.
Because not only did we have experiences like that growing up, but all of the next generation have continued to have those kinds of experiences. So, a lot of my nieces and nephews, we've caught talking to grandpa or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, so as far as like paranormal scares go, when I was a child, I guess, one I have for sure. I mean, it definitely, was definitely scary, but I'm trying to think. It seems like there's some I'm leaving out, which is a shame, but cool, whatever. So I was staying with my cousins, and we're chilling in my female cousin's room, and like she has stuffed animals in there. We were, I don't know how old we are, probably very early teens, I would guess, maybe a little bit younger than that.
Okay.
So we're staying in her room, and we set up a tent in the bedroom because, of course, why wouldn't we?
Why not?
That's what kids do.
Yeah, man. We were having a blast, and like all the lights are off. We have like sleeping bags in there, pillows everywhere, and we're just hanging out. I don't remember exactly what we were doing, because what happened next takes the cake. Like, it takes everything else, and you don't even care about anything else. Dude, we not only saw something run by the tent, and Then that damn thing hit the tent. And you could see it hit the tent. Like, you could see the impression. Like, a big one. Like, it hit the tent while we're all in there. And, like, we're just stunned. Like, oh my God. And I know that this is going to sound crazy. But, like I said, we saw it run by. Mm-hmm. What it looked like was her stuffed Big Bird. It did. It looked like her. I mean, you saw it for like a split second, and it was big and yellow.
Weird.
And hit the tent.
Well, maybe you guys had a little kid spirit messing with you too.
I don't, and maybe since, I mean, I don't know, but we definitely were like, oh my God, what the hell, just, so, I mean, it spooked us out, but maybe, had it done something else besides scurry by and hit the damn tent, like, we would have been more receptive to it, but
yeah.
We were like, dude, your dad has to be messing with us, like, he just threw that damn thing or something, like something happened. Number one, we would have seen him, do this because it looked like it ran into the room. Like, so if he, if he would have came in, man, like, we'd have seen him leave from where the thing was. But we get out of the tent. I mean, it's late. We go downstairs into their basement, and he has like a game room set up down there. He's down there playing pool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he is in an active game of pool. He did not...
He's busy.
He's busy doing fun things.
Yeah.
Funner than scaring our little asses. But, man, yeah. Yeah, so there's that one, and then I have one in my teens, which is kind of like odd. More odd. So if you guys... Do you all have one in your teens, or...
The next one I really have is not until I was like 20, 21. So go ahead.
Okay. So, in my teens, and, let me preface this by saying, we don't even have cell phone service at our house right now.
No, we don't.
We don't. We have AT&T Wi-Fi, so we can make calls and stuff from our cell phones, but traditional cellular service we do not have. Like, there is no cellular data coming through these walls.
No.
So, and this is 2022. So, back in the day, when I got my very first cell phone, man, they didn't connect to the internet and stuff like that and all this. So, anytime you would go anywhere, I don't care where it was, and so it could be the same place, man, you're going to test that cell phone just to see if you get service now. Or see if there's certain spots in the house that get service, or certain areas, So, I'm, once again, with my cousin. This was the male cousin this time. It was... her brother, and the one that we were camping with. And we're hanging out. We're going to spend the night at his grandmother's house. And she lived like 5 miles from me. Okay. So, I'm playing around with my cell phone that day and seeing where I can get service from it. I know, right? Get a life. But late that night, like, we're bedding down. Like, he's in the bedroom, and I have to use the bathroom first. So, while I'm in the bathroom, I'm just sitting there chilling, ain't nothing to do. I'm in a foreign house here.
Yeah.
I pull out my cell phone, and it's late at night, and I'm testing to see if I get service, and I didn't have anybody to call that late. And, so I'm like, what could I do? I start trying to call my voicemail. I do, man. I'm sitting there just trying to dial my voicemail, and I'm moving around and stuff. And this, what happens next could be, well, man, you didn't have good service, whatever. But 100%, I'm trying to call my voicemail, and then all of a sudden, I start hearing screaming, and like coming through my phone. And I'm telling you now, it's like the best way I could describe it, I described it to him that night when I came out. I was like, dude, you're not going to believe what the hell just happened to me. It sounded like somebody screaming for the last time they were ever going to scream.
Oh.
I don't know if, like, I tapped into something that night on the phone. I don't know what the hell I did.
That's freaky.
Or if it was just bad reception and, like, something got crisscrossed. I don't know. but I
scary.
mean, it was blaring in my ear like some woman screaming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, so that was
Yeah,
in my
that's
teens.
horrible.
That's,
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you know, and there may be more I have. I definitely have some from them
Yeah.
when we were younger. You know, to give you an idea, like the stuff did not cease at their house.
Okay.
You know, I wasn't there for that, but I would come there and they would tell me new things that had happened. You know, they'd be laying in bed one night and like a loud bang, like something they said it sounded like. Something was down the hall and ran as fast as it could and hit their door, like ran into it one night. And I remember that
Jeez.
happened, and one night they had their step siblings spending the night. And, you know, they always had big screens.
Okay.
Always. Even when big screens were those shitty, huge 300-pound boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they always had those. And, you know, like I said, they had the game room in the basement. And typically that's where, you know, kids, man, well, maybe not typically, but sometimes you'd camp out down there. And watch movies on the big screen, play games, whatever.
Okay.
They said they had their step siblings over and everybody's asleep. And she woke up and saw a reflection in the TV. On the couch behind her, someone was sitting on top.
No.
I'm not talking about in the seat. They were sitting on top of the couch watching
Oh
them.
man.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's so
So-
spooky.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, so I have other like scary moments from around that same time or what, but they were like scary, not necessarily paranormal, but
Yeah.
I can think of right now. But yeah, so that house had
A lot
a
going
lot
on.
of activity. But now that I'm thinking about it, man, maybe it was just them because they you know, at their other houses, because you know their parents were divorced, so they would stay at their mom's. This all took place at their dad's.
Okay.
But their mom's house, man, they had experiences there too.
Okay.
Like, but
Yeah, it may
both
have
of
been
these
them.
people like are not liars by any means. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's like James said with Harry. Yeah, Harry followed James. So, and yeah, so I buy that completely. I've had experiences where the person I'm experiencing is absolutely there because I'm there, not because of the place. So that makes sense to me.
yeah, man, Saved by Grace, you know, says you know maybe it was a ghost reliving their murder. That,
Yeah.
Scream.
yeah, oh my God, that's spooky. And Jordan, man, it was fucking baffling, man. Like I had. Like, it was one of those things where, like, yeah, man, maybe I was in there, you know, using the bathroom, but it's like, oh my God, I wish somebody else was here so they could, like, and where you don't get service, or, you know,
Yeah.
like, I knew if I left that spot, like, if I tried to hurry up and run and, like, dude, listen to, I was going to lose it.
Yeah.
Like, because it was, like, in that town, very spotty.
Wow.
Like, you still had to play the Mover, Can You Hear Me Now game,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh no way, man.
Yeah, that's how it is out here. I mean, hell, dude, you've been here. Like, you don't get service
Yeah.
either. So,
No, I don't.
so imagine back
Jay-
then.
Oof.
Yeah. JK and Jonas had a couple shares too.
Mm.
And Saved. I've thought about that too, wondering, you know, about how Harry might have passed as being a kid.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's see. Okay, so JK. Let's see. Here we go. JK. Well, the first I have wasn't really mine. My brother ended his life when he was 21, and when my sister and her husband bought their home, on the inside door in the guest room, some unknown person had written a message dispelling the reasons they had ended their life. My sister believes it was a message from our brother. Holy
Wow.
Whoa.
crap.
yeah,
Wow.
I was like, you guys
Man.
gotta, yeah.
Sorry about that, JK. Seriously,
Yeah.
dude. I'm sorry to hear that, man. And
That's
that's,
heartbreaking.
yeah, that's legitimately heartbreaking, dude. Jonas said, my cousin just recently started noticing some weird things in her apartment, starting with finding her neatly made bed being messed up and drawers opened. Jeez, she set up cameras and got notified of person detected, and you could see a smoky mist flying by the camera. This happened about 3 times, all around midnight.
Oh, crazy.
Damn, I'm never spending the night at Jonas's.
Yeah, not going to Jonas's house.
Oh, hell no.
Total paranormal activity.
Jeez,
Time
man.
happening.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. So so now we're past childhood
Yeah.
freaking traumas at this point.
So when I was 21, I was living in Hollister, California, which, for those of you who aren't familiar, is central California, but inland. So think of San Francisco, but go east. And one night, my friends and I, we had a friend whose band was playing at a hotel in Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
And so we all got together. We hopped in the car. We drove out to Santa Cruz. We rocked out to the show, had a great time. And then the friend that drove with me, we shared a hotel room with the lead singer of the band and his girlfriend. And, by the time we all got up to our room, we were exhausted. Everybody gets into bed. Everybody but me. We're the type of people who like to fall asleep with the TV on. So it's not like we were in a pitch black room or anything. We've got the TV going.
You're like a vampire. You want it pitch black, no noise.
Pitch black, no noise.
Yeah.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Go to sleep.
God, that's light.
So, my friend and I are in our queen size bed. They're in their queen size bed. You can tell everybody has really zoned out, winding down. Everyone's almost asleep. And suddenly, I get this feeling of horrible dread.
Yeah.
And then this stench.
Oh, shit.
I mean, it was like something that was dead had vomited. It was like that blending of... Oh. It was horrible. Oh. I jump out of bed. I immediately ask my friend who's in the bed, can you smell that? Do you smell that? He started smelling the bed. Nothing.
Oh.
The friends in the other bed came over. Nothing in the bed.
Yeah.
It's me. From head to toe, I am covered in this stink.
Yeah.
We have no idea where it came from because it's not in the bed. It's not... I knew immediately. I was like, I'm going home. I know this is bad.
Yeah.
Something bad has touched me.
Oh my God.
So I drove at, I don't know, it's got to be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning at this point. I drove all the way home, a nice 2-hour drive down the mountains. I went straight into my laundry room. I disrobed there.
Burned the clothes.
Oh, right into the washing machine on hot. And then I got into the shower. Hot. It was horrible. Horrible.
Oh, man.
So the next day, my friend Lawrence, the lead singer of the band, he calls and I'm so sorry about what happened last night. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell you. The hotel is notoriously haunted.
Oh.
To the point that it is when, oh God, what was that medium's name? There was a medium back in the day.
Chip Coffee? I don't know.
No,
it was a woman.
Sandra,
I don't know.
I don't remember
I
her
know
name,
who you're talking about.
But she worked with the History Channel, and she did the top 10 haunted places in the United States.
Yeah.
This was one of them.
Boom.
Boom. I was so mad. I was just like...
She shows the actual bed you slept on, like right here. This is where you don't want to be.
Her episode on it shows her getting to the hotel. She wouldn't go inside.
Oh!
She wouldn't go inside.
Oh my God!
No,
dude.
apparently, like it was originally mafia owned.
Oh shit!
And at one point was raided, and they found that there were tunnels underneath the hotel, in which
they had
multitude of bodies had been buried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I have a hotel one too. So
wait! Before we go on, you know how we were talking about having that one kind of segment of like, let's make Necro do this and see if something bad happens. Maybe we should have Anna do that. Here, Anna, play with this Ouija board, and hey, go sleep in this haunted house. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah. Hey, JK, welcome back to the stream, man. Absolutely, brother. Much love to you, dude. Always. Yeah, so I do have a hotel one. So I was traveling with a friend, and we're in California, and I cannot remember the damn name of the town right. Like I could like if you gave me a few minutes.
Yeah.
Started with a C. I remember that, and because I've looked it up before.
Cupertino.
No, it was not Cupertino. Yeah, so we were at the Apple headquarters. No, it was not that, man. So we are traveling, and it's late, tired as hell. Check into this hotel, and it was a Days Inn. God, I wish I could remember the name of it. I would say, because I remember like this place was also fucking notoriously haunted. Come to find out, but you could tell as soon as you got there, man. We walked in, and this place was so old that it had the gates on the elevators, and I had never seen that before.
There you go.
I was like, oh my God, dude. And so it turns out that they were actually like making a new hotel across the street. They're, an updated one, but so that luckily for us wasn't open yet. So we get stuck in this damn place. And, I go upstairs, we get into the room, and like, I'm going to go shower or whatever. This place is so damn old that, when you go to the sink to brush your teeth or wash your hands, here's a spigot for hot water, here's a spigot for cold water.
Oh, it's always such a bummer.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like something else I had also never seen.
You didn't even need a haunted experience. That's bad enough.
Yeah, so I'm instantly like, oh my God, this is the Stanley Hotel. Like, this is the shit. This is the
Something
overlook
really
from The
bad is gonna
Shining
happen.
that I'm in. But, no bad. I mean, apart from like that, like, nothing bad had happened or anything like that. And like, I'm the one who's like thinking, because I'm the horror fan, of course. So I'm like, The Shining. We go to sleep, and, it's been so long now, I can't remember exactly if it was over me or over her. She wakes up, and like this woman with like, and dressed up old school, like she had like the big hat and all this, if I remember right, was standing there watching us sleep. Like, I can't remember if it was on her side, my side, whatever, but like, I'm asleep. I know this happens because I hear the most shrill scream, high-pitched horror movie scream I've ever heard in my life.
That's awesome.
And she would not talk for what felt like an eternity. Like, she couldn't. She was literally speechless.
Wow.
Like, and then, oh my God, what in the fuck is going, like, I'm looking around on high alert, like, she wouldn't say a word for a while, and then told me. I'm like, oh man. But yeah, that's one of my hotel experiences.
Yeah.
I was in a hotel in Ireland. It's kind of like a bed and breakfast type place with Missy Jojo. And when we got to this place, we were both very tired. The tide was down there. It was right by the ocean, and you could see the sea floor. But as the evening went on, the wind started blowing real big, and the tide came in. And just all of a sudden, it went from sea floor to fully covered in water. It was very odd. Yeah. We were trying to go to sleep. I was exhausted. I was totally passed out, and she wakes me up and she's like, I can't sleep. I'm like, well, why? Oh, there's a mirror looking over the bed, and I'm like, so what? Who cares? And she felt like someone was watching her, like through the mirror. And so like I'm just starting to get more irritated and more pissed off and everything. And it's just like, and then as soon as I got the mirror down, and it was a process because it was attached pretty well to the wall, and I got it down, turned it off, man, instantly, like it's like closing this portal. It's like it portal closed, covered it up, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm good now."
Right to
like
sleep.
what?
Yeah.
Right to sleep. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like so wound up at that point. It's like, oh, geez.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, I hate having mirrors overlook the bed.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah, well, and that's something that we got to get into too eventually, is because we all had some like experiences together when we were filming for our upcoming
We did.
show.
We did.
What episodes will be released for soon, but yeah, definitely another hotel experience.
Well, I was gonna
But
say,
I mean,
that's
we went to this hotel knowing damn well what we were.
Yeah, that's a hotel experience. Why don't we just go for it?
Yeah, so
ahead.
I mean, do you want to take that one, Necro, or did you want me to, or?
Oh, for more hotel stuff?
Yeah, well, for Missy, at the Low Hotel.
Oh, shoot. What was her experience with that? I know we were wandering around. What remind me with that one? Because
Okay,
I was thinking I went with her actually to the Stanley Hotel as well too. So
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one.
which is badass. Did you have any experiences there?
we did do the ghost radar and stuff like that, and it was fun. It there's certain locations it was weird being there. It's another one of those, like I had 3 locations that I wrote down where I just felt like the veil was very thin. And the other one was when we went to Trans-Allegheny, that lunatic asylum, and in New Orleans. But with Stanley Hotel, like for me being there, I felt like I just wanted to stay. Like I mean, I even looked into buying property up there. It was just this odd.
Jeez.
It's because
Yeah.
you had always been there.
Yeah.
I had always been there. Yeah, it's funny because like they mentioned that there's people who go and visit there and have this weird connection to the location. It's beautiful. And that we were very happy there, and they say that sometimes they think that people who visited there in their life go back after they've passed. And just to be there, and when you go on the tour for it, they show you the foundations of limestone and granite, and the conductive energies that are there. And I did. I had thought about buying property. I probably would have ended up buying it had Missy JoJo not told me not to. So
Yeah. God. Yeah, so Missy JoJo said, hot summer, no air conditioning. I was sleeping in just underwear, and I felt a finger run down my spine. No one was there.
Oh.
Oh
It's
my God.
probably me.
Yeah, they probably.
Ran out of
Dick.
Astral projecting.
Saved by grace. I've had demons, no lie, rape and molest me in my sleep, like sleep paralysis stuff, like you're
Trapped.
Yeah. So the Low Hotel experience. So we were shooting footage for
Weird and wonderful.
a show that we're going to be doing soon called Weird and Wonderful. Takes place like all kinds of spooky locations in West Virginia. And so we were going to Point Pleasant, and there is a really haunted hotel there. It's like supposed to be one of the most haunted hotels in the world or something like that, called the Low Hotel. And of course, we had to stay there.
Of course, we had to stay there.
Yeah, and just to like let all of you know, like this place was so old that once again it had the damn cage on the elevators. Yeah. It's fucking huge. Like this place is massive. It doesn't look it from the outside, but it is massive.
And it's a weird kind of maze inside.
Yeah, it's like a labyrinth.
It's really bizarre.
Yeah, and they have like a 3rd floor that they don't even use. It's weird.
Yeah, and odd staircases. Like, why is the staircase over here and it goes back to the 2nd floor or the 1st floor? It's just weird.
Yeah,
through the middle. Yeah,
super
really
weird,
strange.
man. Super weird. So
it's probably like in Ghostbusters. remember in Ghostbusters, the building, Dana's building, is actually, like, was built by this
entity,
psychotic
or
architect who used it to channel the supernatural or whatever.
Yeah.
Because the Low Hotel was built like that, I'm convinced.
Yeah, the Low Hotel was weird. The layout was weird. Like, it's like a labyrinth. It's like the damn maze in The Shining or something, like the hedge maze. But, you know, and to give you guys another idea of how old it is, man, they still use old school keys for the rooms. And they're not technically called this, but most people do call them this, the skeleton keys.
Okay.
You know, the old school brass key or whatever.
Yeah.
So we stay there. We did our investigation. You, Anna, had some experiences, but not anywhere near the level Missy JoJo had.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so once again, I mean, so they're in a room with their children.
Mm-hmm. So they're in like a double room that is split by a bathroom.
Yeah.
So imagine having a bedroom, then a door that goes into a bathroom on the other side of the bathroom. It's like a Jack and Jill. So there's, on the other side of the bathroom is another door that leads into a second bedroom. Mm-hmm. And the kids are all in their little...
Yeah, and I remember, and like these rooms are super old. I remember it took me, remember when I had to use the bathroom and like, I was like, where the hell is the light switch?
Oh, yeah.
And then I finally found it and I just told you, like, good luck finding it. You know?
Yeah,
it's like a fucking
escape
room or
something. As
something.
bizarre as the building layout.
Yeah. And, you know, they have like old school aluminum, tin, whatever, like medicine cabinets in them, like that just looks like they're straight out of an asylum.
Yeah.
But I remember Missy JoJo, you know, I'd have to go over the footage again, but she said that, like, she was asleep and felt something, like, put its hand on her face. Or was over her, hovering over her, and there's like a ball of energy there,
She said it was like touching her face, and she's had her children wake her up that way before, so she wasn't scared.
Yeah.
And she woke up and just saw a black sphere over her.
But then...
and then it went like shooting into the other
children's room.
Yeah.
Through the bathroom and into the children's room. And she went in there to check on the kids, and she looked over... Well, and she said she could hear it. Because, you know, they were like those tin medicine cabinets. You could hear them when they open. Like, think of like an old school first aid kit when you'd open it.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it was like. She said she could hear somebody open that thing, and she looked over, and the medicine cabinet was open with the mirror on it.
Both the kids' medicine cabinet, which was in their bedroom, not in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And their medicine. Both were wide open.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the kids are all asleep.
Yeah.
Everybody
was asleep but her.
Everybody else is asleep but her.
Yeah. So it really like affected her.
Yeah.
Everybody else was cool and asleep. Well, I think James Necro said he had something happen to him. There was like a black void or something in the corner of the room, or
probably just gas.
Yeah. Probably just, yeah.
Definitely gas. Well, we did. We experienced the fact that, like, when we shut off the lights to go to bed, okay, and just for clarification, the bedroom we had was on the street side of the building, so our window was glowing with street lights.
Yeah.
But when we shut off our light to go to sleep, the room, like, plunged into utter darkness.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
It was so bizarre because it should have had ambient light from the street.
Yeah, absolutely, and it didn't. It was dark, very dark, and they did tell us, because of who we are, they're like, yeah, we're going to put you in the most haunted rooms we have.
Yeah.
But to be fair, like, not to give, you know, mislead anybody or anything like that, like, all of the staff and stuff, like, you know, they're not using the fact that the hotel's haunted as like a tourist thing, as a gimmick at all. Like, they're kind of like hush-hush about it.
Yeah, and they seemed kind of almost sad
Yeah.
that we were another group of people who wanted to know about how haunted this hotel was.
Yeah.
They've just opened an art gallery attached to the hotel, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Don't you
Please
wanna
look at
know
our art gallery.
about
Look how
the art
beautiful.
gallery instead."
Yeah.
They were,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
definitely
not talk about the
something
ghosts that
appreciated.
are right around us. Let's talk about the art.
Yeah. They're like, they're really trying to shift away from that being the reason why people come to see them.
Yeah, but they did tell us, like, that they have never felt like any of the spirits are malevolent
No.
or anything like that. And Missy JoJo did say, like, the spirit felt very playful. I didn't feel scared necessarily.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. Like, I never felt... Stephen and I went up into the dark, unused floor.
Yeah.
And that was just... We kind of spooked ourselves out more than anything else, but...
Yeah, but it did have a feeling to it, I will say that.
The place absolutely felt alive.
Yes.
Yeah, you could definitely feel that people had lived their lives in this place and that there was a lot of leftover energy. But none of it felt malevolent.
Yeah.
Like it wanted to do anyone harm or anything like that. It didn't feel that way at all.
Yeah.
It was a cool place.
And, just going back to it. I know it's been a while back, but, James talking about the impression he felt on his bed. Didn't you say you had an experience like that?
I did actually. That was my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
So the night my grandfather died, and it's the grandfather I spoke of at the beginning of the podcast who was very open to the supernatural.
Yeah.
I was laying in my bed reading, and...
As you do.
As I do. And I felt a pressure on the bed, and then I felt a big hand grab, like just above my knee, right on my thigh.
Yeah.
And I mean, no hesitation. Hi, Grandpa. Like I knew it was him.
Yeah.
And it was, it was comforting and wonderful.
Yeah.
And makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking about it, but
Yeah,
It's a good experience.
my son Henry saw him one time. We were in San Diego, and we were at a large table full of people. It was like 7 people were at the table, and one chair was empty. And Henry pulls me close and whispers to me, he's like, "Grandpa Don's sitting in that chair." And I told him, I'm like, "Well, tell the table." I said, because there's other people at the table that would love to hear it. My mom was there. It's her dad. So I said, you should just say it. He's my intuitive guy. So so he tells the table, and it's just weird. It felt like he was just right there, but he was, I don't know, 6, 7 years old, maybe at the time,
and not even, but
yeah. And he's there, but he's always been very intuitive with that too. That's what was weird about walking with him through Trans-Allegheny and just watching him. It's like if he had like a medium trainer, I bet he would be right there, being able to do that, because you could just watch him walking through certain parts and like, I'm not going into that room. And not knowing why, but just like knowing like I'm not going through there. Very much in a protective state of like, I'm open to this. I know what's going on, but I'm not.
Oh yeah, there was one point during the tour. We all did this tour of Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. There was one point during the tour where I very purposely put myself next to Henry. And at first, like, I could see he was mumbling to himself, and at first I couldn't make it out. So I, he was saying the Our Father to himself. He was praying.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But I was like, he did not. I felt bad. The kids had a wonderful time hunting the Mothman.
Yeah.
The Mothman.
They did. And the Low Hotel, like I said, the energy there were definitely beings there.
Yeah.
But the energy there was like a family had lived there forever. It was like that kind of...
Yeah.
So there was no problem. I deeply regretted still do. I deeply regret taking the kids to Trans-Allegheny. The energy there is so negative. It is so dark.
Super dark.
Super dark. And it really deeply affected Henry. Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, absolutely. He was shook that whole night.
He was. Yeah.
Like, and he was like angry.
And he was ill. Remember, he got sick to his stomach and he couldn't eat his dinner.
Hell, so did I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, when we got there, man, like, and that was weird because I've been there before and I've never experienced that at all. But I absolutely didn't last too long. Don't know what the hell it was, but I got like nauseous. Like I was gonna vomit.
Yeah.
You know, for like the first 10 minutes we were there, and then I was good.
Yeah.
Don't know what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super
so if you're
dark
sensitive,
place.
it's not a place I recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyone else? Because I feel like I still have a lot more. And
yeah, I mean, you know, I have another simple short one just because I was visited by my grandfather right after he passed. I was also visited by my uncle Eric right after he passed.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, and it was a completely different experience because it was like my grandfather sat on the bed, touched my leg. My uncle Eric, I went into my bedroom and my bedroom suddenly smelled like Hawaii. And you don't even have to know what that smells like. If you've ever been to any place that has a very distinct smell, either because of the foliage or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I knew without a doubt. Like, at first, it was like the first second was Hawaii. And the second was, oh, Eric.
Yeah.
Hi, Uncle Eric. And it was just, he was just there in my room.
Yeah, and that's because you guys went on a trip to Hawaii together.
He took
shortly.
me on a trip to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Just a couple years before he passed. Yeah.
He would go every year.
He would go every year.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Necro? Any more?
Those were kind of my big ones. I mean, I've had general senses of someone being there, you know, like or smelling like my dad or my grandpa, like some of their aftershave or stuff like that. You know, I mean, it's one of those things where it's just, you know, the passing things, nothing where it's been, you know, such as like a traumatic experience or you know, really really big into like actual moments or things. Yeah. You know, I'm a firm believer that if you know, because some people have told me before, you know, people have shared their dreams with me and some of their concerns about demons or dark entities visiting them, and I'm like, well, you know, beyond, you know, people who believe in Jesus or God, you know, it's just if you have people that have passed, you know, I'm a firm believer that you can call upon them for protection. It's a, you know, older ancestor type worship of, like, you know, as much as you think that there might be an evil spirit who can visit you, you know, it's like I could call my dad or my grandpa. It's like, hey, protect me from whatever this energy, this dark energy is. And, you know, so I mean, it's those sort of things. I do think that even though people do pass, I feel like that they still watch out over us, and you know, they want us to be doing well. And so, yeah, and not really any other specific events, more so just the feelings that sometimes they're around, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Our dad likes to pop up like a lot. With us, with our kids. Like, I hear all the time from my sister that her son has visits from our dad a lot, which is funny because he wasn't even born until after our dad died.
Jeez.
So I have a weird thing happen with my dad, and I have no idea if it's supernatural or psychological, one or the other. But there are times where it happens, particularly when I'm talking to my siblings, where I'll say something and I'll know for a fact it wasn't me. It was absolutely my dad. And I'll even say it like, oh, hey, Vinny, okay, that wasn't me,
he came
sorry,
through.
that was dad.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He just pushed his way on through there.
Yeah.
I saw Jordan commented here. His mom said that one time she walked into her bedroom and smelled the perfume of his late Nana and had a feeling she was just checking up on her. Yeah, see, I mean, it's like stuff like that. It like, and I really miss her too. I mean, it's just it's one of those things where I I don't think it's out of line for you if you do miss them. Just talk to them as if they were right next to you. And I feel like there's opportunities for people to get more in tune with that. Is realizing that someday you're gonna die, and go all friggin' Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back with Yoda. It's like you think you're just this material, this physical part of you. You're gonna go to the same place they are, and you know what? You don't know. They could, in being in a spirit type form, they're not limited by anything physical. I mean, they could be right next to you all the time. You just call them and talk to them, and you just pretend as if you're picking up your phone and giving them a call, and they could be there. It's crazy stuff, but
yeah, wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had more scary ones.
I was gonna say you've got some really scary ones you want to share with the group since they're here for the raw.
Yeah. Yeah, so okay, so I'll keep it in like chronological order, I guess. But one time, I came home and I was tired. Like I was dog tired. I can't remember if we had basketball that day. I mean, I wasn't in school at the time or anything like that. So, I don't remember if I played basketball that day. And I was just dead tired from that. I don't know. But I was tired when I got home, and it was like, it was dark, but it wasn't, me, I'm like a night owl. It's nothing for me to stay up until 3 a.m. Who cares?
Yeah.
But this night it was like,
4 a.m.,
it was probably like, it was probably like 9, 10, maybe.
Okay.
Something like that. I was like,
for you.
Early. So I'm like, I'm going to bed. And I was convinced the minute my head hit that pillow, I was like, dude, I'm going to sleep so good. I'm getting up late tomorrow. I don't care. I'm tired.
Yeah.
That didn't happen at all.
Uh-oh.
So it was just like, 2-3 hours later, something like that. I wake up and I'm hearing like this old timey music playing, like old school music. And it's like, I remember like, if I could give you an image, like you could picture it like playing on like a record player or something like that in like an old school, Twilight Zone-ish
Okay.
night club place where there's like a woman singing or something. Like it's kind of like one of those.
Some jazz,
something like that. But I mean, it was old school.
Okay.
And back then, from my bedroom, you could look out of it and you could see through the house pretty well. Like you could see into the living room from my bedroom.
Okay.
And it looked like lights were going off it, like as if somebody was watching the TV or something.
Okay. That like flickering.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Blue. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, what in the hell is going on? Mm-hmm. So I get up and I walk in there, nothing. Everybody in the house is asleep.
Yeah.
And, that is, I was like weirded out before that, but then I was like, oh shit, something's going on.
Yeah.
I decided to stay up.
Well, of course you did.
What any rational human being would do. I was like, man, I'm staying up. Well, there's no way in hell I can go back to sleep now, Jack. So I was like, hey, well, I'm going to stay up, watch TV, eat something. Why not? So I probably threw something in the oven like chicken tenders. Turned on some Married with Children. Uh-huh. And back then, I had they're called Chases, Chase Lounges. Mm-hmm. And they're like, badass. Sometimes you see them attached to couches. Mine wasn't. In the middle of the floor. So I remember like I got my food. I was sitting there eating. I'm watching Married with Children. all of a sudden the lights, I'm thinking like, man, what happened? I'm trying to think over and like, well, maybe it's subsided, whatever, like whatever, or hell, maybe it was nothing. The lights start flickering all of a sudden.
The actual lights.
The actual lights in the house start flickering like behind me. I stood up immediately, reaction. Like I stood up immediately and looked, and over the island in the kitchen were some big ass lights. Like these are the lights we're talking that last a decade.
Okay.
Like you never have to replace those. They were flickering. I had never seen it before, never saw it since. I stood there and watched them flicker in front of me. So they kept, and then it stopped. Never happened again, but I knew at that point, because, I was thinking, like, did anything happen? Mm-hmm. Maybe, or it's done now, or whatever.
Yeah.
When they started flickering, I was like, something's here and it wants me to know
that it's here.
It's here. Yeah. I don't know what the hell it was. I have heard things since then about the house. The house we had was new. It was like brand new. But the property that we put it on was apparently over top of where an old store used to be, like really old. And as a matter of fact, the foundation was still exposed outside, and I used it for a basketball court.
Okay.
But we even had somebody approach us, who owns a bunch of like coal trucks and stuff like that. So dude has money, and he's like, if you guys ever want to open that basement of that store and see what's in there, you let me know. I'll bring the equipment up here and we'll check it out.
Maybe you should have.
Yeah, maybe we should have, and but yeah, so that was a spooky one.
Yeah.
The others is kind of.
We did get a request about your Ouija board one.
Oh, well, that's where I was going actually.
Yeah.
So these ones are ongoing, and there's two. Okay, there's two instances that really stick out with the Ouija board. One is intense. They both were, but one is like holy shit intense. So first of all, to give you guys like a concept here, so I had a Ouija board, and I didn't think anything of it, and I love scary stuff, so I'm down with playing with it, whatever. And I took it to my mom's house and tried to talk her and my sister into playing it with me. And, my sister, whatever, sometimes she'd be apprehensive, sometimes she'd be like, yeah, let's do it, let's see if we can get, My mom, on the other hand, was always like, these things open doorways.
Yeah.
She's like, I remember that statement, like they open doorways. And, I don't like it. But we played anyway. Like, we played...
Stand your ground.
Well, it's me. I can sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves like Tommy Boy's dad.
That's true.
So, I'm like, man, we gotta play. Hell, what's the worst that can happen? So, we do play.
Have you seen The Exorcist?
Well,
What's the worst that can happen?
We do play, and we, sometimes we get spirits on there, and we don't play in that pattern, like people do this in the movies. Like, we never played it like that. Like, we'd all just put our hands on it like that, real steady, real easy, and if it moved itself. Like, we didn't do any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
So, we do get spirits on there from time to time, but we would get a regular. And this spirit would try to lie to us and trick us. Mm-hmm. But you could always tell when it was them, even if they were lying, because the energy, and I mean the energy, was insane. And I'm not talking about you could feel it around you, something would change in the house. You could feel it in your hands because it would move so much faster. When we get like a normal spirit, sometimes it would go so slow you wouldn't even want to play. Yeah. But sometimes, on average, you're about like that. Uh-huh. Like that. When this thing would get on there, it was more like that. Typically.
Okay.
It was pretty quick for Ouija. So he would get on there sometimes, and like I said, sometimes he would lie. My name is George.
Okay.
My name is Howard. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes he would and hell, this may have been a lie too. I don't know, but this was the name that we always referred to him as, because one night he told, like, "What's your name? What's your real name?"
Mm-hmm.
One night he tells us his name is Legion, and I had no idea at the time, but apparently that's from the Bible.
He had no idea at the
I
time.
didn't. I was like, fucking cool name though, you know? I mean, whatever. But yeah, he said that. And if I remember, yeah, because that's how I found him, because he's like, Legion, for we are many. If I remember, he did say that.
Mm-hmm.
Saved by Grace can tell you if I remember, because she was there for all of these encounters.
Yeah.
So he would sometimes get on the board, and you couldn't converse with him at all. And like I said, it was probably because he had lied and shit anyway, so it was probably pointless. But he was fun because it moved so quick. I know it's crazy, but he was so quick. It was like, oh my god, this is wild. Like, if I was going to prove to somebody the Ouija board was legit, I would want him to hop on it because it was so quick.
Okay.
And so energetic. But sometimes when he would get on, you couldn't even talk to him because he would just cuss over and over. That's all he would do. He would just respell the same cuss word over and over, or sometimes switch to a different cuss word. Whatever. So what so this was Legion. This, he was a regular, we'll call him.
Mm-hmm.
So one night, and this is one of the big nights where something extraordinary happened other than Legion's BSing us. My cousin is sitting on the couch. We had a big corner couch at that time. He's sitting on the couch. My mom and sister are playing the Ouija board, and we'd always sit on the floor and, have both hands, if we could, on the planchet. So we're sitting in the floor, and we'd typically light candles and stuff like that and make it a whole thing. Like, we'd get into the mood of it.
You're seancing.
We're seancing, cool.
Yeah.
So he's sitting on the couch, like I said, my cousin, male cousin, same one as earlier, who was, in the tent. He's sitting on the couch. He didn't want to play with us. All of a sudden...
You mean the smart one?
Yeah, the smart one. Well, he was the high one at that point, but...
Nice, I like it.
He was like, that's too much effort right now.
Either way.
Yeah, but... Yeah, we would do that too. Put a little... But, Saved by Grace is kind of, spilling the beans on me here a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would. Hey, we thought it'd give us more energy. But... Okay, so, for those who did, she said, yes, I would put my blood on the planchet and we'd use crystals to get to move more. Terrible idea, I know. Yes.
Oh my god.
I can admit to that. It did give it more energy, but we were caught up in it. So that night, I told you, Legion's pretty quick, right? With moving the planchet.
Got it, yep.
This night, all of a sudden, like I said, we had candles lit, he's sitting on the couch. Our hands are on the thing. All of a sudden, this shit starts going like this.
Okay.
And it, like you see in movies, like the circular thing. It's not going, it's just in a circle. And it got faster. So, and it kept getting faster. I remember it being really hard to keep our hands on it. Or mine, anyway. Because it was going so fast. And you're looking at it. You're watching what's happening. We're all shocked. But out of the corner of our eyes, and you can see it because the room's getting brighter. All lights are off except for the candles. The room's getting brighter because the candle flame is getting bigger. While this, seemingly as it goes faster and faster, man, the candle flame is growing brighter. Mm-hmm. Until eventually, and I don't know how the hell to describe this, there was like a hissing noise, like a psh, and the candle went out. like in it, like a spark or some shit. Saved by Grace, you know. I can't like. I mean, it was like as if the flame, like not the candle, but the flame, like came to a damn finale and it just exploded. But I mean, it wasn't like a big whoosh or anything like that. But it was like, psh.
It's so cinematic.
Yeah, it was. and I forgot to say. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Saved like, but. Yeah, and we would hear noises in the kitchen. We'd play in the living room. We'd hear noises in the kitchen and stuff too sometimes when playing with him. But so the second night, which this was like the end of this was the finale, and this is I don't really remember us playing much, if any, more after this happened.
Okay.
But it's just us there, me, my mom, and my sister. We are sitting in the floor in the living room, and we're playing Ouija, you know, candles lit, whatever. All the lights are off. And off to the side of my leg in the living room, pretty close, is a TV stand, just to give you an idea. Like a TV stand that has doors on the front and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We're playing, once again, Legion gets on the board. And my mom has to use the bathroom. So, you know, she excuses herself, but what me and my sister do is we keep our hands on the planchette, or we make sure at least one of us does. Mm-hmm. Because apparently, like, we had heard that if you take your hands off the planchette, like if all of you do, you lose the connection to the spirit.
Okay.
And then you might not be able to get them back. Well, you know, I don't remember whose hands were on the planchette now at this point, and whatever, but Mom's in the bathroom. We're sitting there, me and my sister. One of us has our hands on it. Or both. All of a fucking sudden, the doors to the entertainment stand start doing this. They start rattling. Like something was in the TV stand and trying to come out. I mean, it was clear as day. You could hear it. You could see it. This shit was happening.
Crazy.
No way,
so
man.
I stood up immediately. My sister was paralyzed. She was looking at it like with her mouth agape, just like shocked. She was stunned. She was paralyzed. I stood up immediately and picked her up. And I remember talking shit. Like I was like, "You're not gonna get me while I'm sitting down, motherfucker." Like
to the spirit.
To the spirit. I was like, yeah, I was ready to go. Like I don't know what I'd have done, but I was ready. Like he was not going to get me while I was sitting there.
It's probably not the wrong attitude to take. So.
Yeah, and you know he wasn't going to get her. But I remember I picked her up. Now I'm not saying I picked her up and threw her. I picked her up to her feet.
Yeah, I gotcha.
You know, I mean, but she was sitting there just dead. Yeah, she's in shock. I pulled her up and. Now, and we're standing there and we're staring at like the entertainment center and all this, and like, I was pissed.
Yeah.
Or whatever, or amped up, adrenaline's going, whatever.
Yeah.
And my mom comes out of the bathroom, and the only thing you could argue is maybe a cat had ran behind the TV, possibly, of course not, really thinking about it, or maybe a cat got in the damn thing. Mom comes out of the bathroom, both cats had went with her into the fucking bathroom. So number one,
like, we're out of here.
Yeah, so I mean, the cats must have left when she left. So like the cats knew some shit was going on or something, number one. But number two, like the cats couldn't have created that because they were with her.
They were with her, yeah.
Yeah, we had two cats. They bolted on us. Left us there to perish.
You'll perish in flames.
Yeah, so I mean, unless I'm leaving out any detail saved that you can mention in there. Yeah, I was about to World Star Jordan, that son of a bitch. Like, yeah, Casper, my cat, beautiful cat. Like he would always, man. Like I don't know though. But he would always like stare at stuff. Like it was there, like he was watching something. You could never see it, but a lot of cats do that. But yeah, Casper God, I miss him. He looked something like Gabriel from The Crow. He was
Okay.
like a Persian
Nice.
Himalayan.
Yeah,
What beautiful.
cat.
But so that happened that night. Like I said, Save, do you remember us playing Ouija really after that? Like I think that kind of and I think that kind of put the dagger in that. But the only
It took a lot for you guys to stop.
yeah.
I mean, because to be fair, like, I never would have started.
Yeah.
But certainly, if something introduced itself as Legion, like that,
Like, I'm out.
would have,
Done.
I'm out. Like,
Yeah. So and the other story I have, which is a scary one, also, but I don't. I mean, it was spooky, but I think James just disabled his video.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, James. He's out of here. So let me go ahead and just remove that. But another scary one I have is, so my grandparents own a few properties, and, my mom has passed since then. And, my grandparents now own that house.
Mm-hmm.
So years later, and this was only just a few years ago, I decided that, I wanted to move in that house all by my lonesome. So I'm moving into that house, taking stuff over there, whatever. And, I'm getting things ready, putting stuff in place, cleaning, whatever. Who knows what the hell I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, I realized that I'm hearing something. But that it exists as part of the house, so like my mind had just blocked it out as like white noise. Like it's here, but I didn't realize it.
Like the refrigerator sound.
Yeah, like the refrigerator running or TV on in the background. I'm like, you can drown that out.
Yeah.
I realized that I'm hearing something. And I'm like, what? It's a clock.
Okay.
It was like a clock.
Like a ticking?
Yeah, like a clock ticking away. If I remember right now, like it's, so much stuff has happened, but I was like, dude, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
A clock had started ticking, and I call my grandma, and I'm like, yeah, I'm over here doing all this shit, and like this clock over here just started ticking all of a sudden. She's like, oh, wait, that clock we kept on the nightstand or whatever?
Uh-huh.
She's like, oh shit, hold on. For some reason, it made him not full screen, so let me correct that.
Oh, I'm back. Hey, man.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So, I'm like, she's like, oh, that clock we had in the nightstand over there that doesn't work? Like, we never could get the son of a bitch to work. I'm like, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it's working now.
Yeah, so
Gotta go by.
Yeah, so I mean, this clock had not been touched in years.
Yeah.
And while I'm over there happening to be moving shit into this house, all of a sudden that son of a bitch, it's like somebody wound it up.
It just perks right up.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I immediately, if anybody's ever watched this movie, immediately 1408 came to mind.
Yeah.
When he's in the room and the clock just all of a sudden just starts counting down from like 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's as long as he had.
Welcome home, Steve.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Oh, we've had experiences in this house. Me and you.
Have. Silly ones. But yeah.
Silly, but definitely one day. Like, what was it? Like a few times at like the same time every morning we would hear voices. Like,
yeah, it started that like one morning,
mm-hmm.
early one morning, we started hearing. You and I were already awake, which is kind of key. So we're laying there awake,
mm-hmm.
chit chatting, and suddenly we hear laughter, like someone is laughing at something we just said.
Yeah,
like it is.
Mm-hmm.
Very distinct, very perfectly audible.
Yeah.
Laughter.
Yeah.
By the time we hopped out of bed to go see what was going on, it was gone. It was done. But that was the first day. It was just laughter.
Yeah, I remember because the back of our house is basically a river.
Yeah.
Like the river is our backyard. So I remember looking outside because I was like, maybe some river rafters
Yeah.
are
Sure.
going through or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it sounded like it was in the damn house.
Yeah,
Like,
it absolutely did. There was something in the house laughing.
yeah.
And then was it the very
They
next
weren't
day,
watching
or was
like
it a day or
they
two
weren't
later?
watching you guys like take your clothes off or anything like that, and just like laughing.
Oh man, no, those people typically don't make noise. They're just like they just watch
Maybe
and keep to
some
themselves.
breathing or
Yeah.
no. So was it though like the very next day, or was it like 2 or 3 days later? But either way,
Yeah.
sometime within the next day or two,
Yeah.
same exact thing, same time.
Mm-hmm.
We're awake.
Yeah.
We're doing our morning chit chat,
Mm-hmm.
and this time there's talking.
Yes.
Oh, and both times it's female voices,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Now something's talking to us.
Yeah.
And again, we hop out of bed, we're looking around, like, what is going on? And it stops.
Yeah.
How many more times do you think it happened before?
I don't know. I mean, it happened a lot.
It happened a lot. It had to have happened 4 or 5
Mhm.
times.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, one day, in our search for what is talking to us every morning.
Yeah, it this time, like, to let y'all know, like, we got out of bed because we knew, like, oh my god, something. We get out of bed, and this time it does not stop.
It doesn't stop.
So we can track down where the hell it's coming from. It was coming from my MacBook.
A closed
Closed MacBook.
MacBook.
Yes.
So his laptop is talking to us
While fucking off.
while off.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
See, I always hated Max, man.
Dude, it happened. Just for that period of time, though, it's so odd because just for that period of time, it happened and it's never happened before or since.
Yep.
I have
Yes,
never had
I've-
that issue.
I've wondered ever since, like, who was trying to talk to us? What were they trying to tell us?
Yeah.
What was going on personally at that time? Anything big or unusual?
No.
Yeah. No, not that I can think of. We weren't in any kind of distress. I don't think. Like, we were.
No, because I feel like that would have stood out. Because I remember feeling like, what is this thing trying to tell us? Or what
Sure.
is going on?
Yeah.
And I think it would have stood out if, like, well,
Yeah.
it's trying to bring us comfort or it's trying to help or
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. Oddly enough, like, because God knows we've had a lot of bad stuff happen,
Yeah.
but
But there is something with Steven and his electronics. Like, somebody is absolutely trying to... Because Steven's computer monitors will come on in the middle of the night. All the time. Almost every night. And it
yeah, it's
doesn't
weird.
matter that he has just recently bought a new computer. It
yeah.
doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, I use his old computer, and it never comes on. It's only his computer. His computer comes on in the middle of the night all by itself. And it's almost
It's
every
fucking
night.
Talk Horror. Talk Horror's haunted.
Talk Horror's haunted.
Talk horrors on it.
It's like work, bitch.
Yeah.
You want a Bugatti? You want a Maserati? You better
Yeah,
work,
you
bitch.
better work, bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
it's like, yeah. But it is literally almost every night your computer monitors come on.
oh, who's Jonas saying has a badass cup? Who is it, Jonas? Could it be me? Could it be me? Or is he talking to Necro? What's Necro
I
got?
like mine too.
Yeah. And we have
I have a big
Reagan.
glass of ice water.
Ah.
Or it was ice.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Sometimes you need some
I
ice
can't even see it, yeah.
water. It disappears.
It disappears in the fog.
Yeah, Jordan, wouldn't that be... That needs to be a movie. Like, when people get their electricity cut off, it becomes free reign for the spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay your bills.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's... I mean, I'm sure that there's more. And like I said, like, there's scary personal experiences that aren't paranormal, but...
Well, yeah, I mean, like, Saved has mentioned, like, I have absolutely had the sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I've had sleep paralysis, but I've never... every time I've had it, like, I can see the real world and, like, what the hell's going on, but, like, I cannot move for nothing.
I've had the shadow, that very traditional, like, that shadow, which I didn't know.
Yeah, the Shadow
when it
Man.
started happening was something that happens to a lot of people. The Shadow Man experience. I've never stayed paralyzed long enough for him to get to me. But I've had the standing over my bed, reaching towards me.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Just trapped there.
That would be terrible.
Horrible.
Yeah, that would be, man. Yeah, like I said, like, because it's scary enough, sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
You know, because you're just trapped there and you can't move, and, like, you're trying to talk and you can't.
Yeah.
To hopefully get somebody to move you or something.
Yeah.
I always had it when I was traveling for work and I was on a plane, and then I would jerk awake, hit the guy in the face next to me. It's like, sorry,
take that.
Babe, Jonas says he actually, funnily enough, made his girlfriend a pillow with the same design as your cup. I want to see it, Jonas.
Nice. That thing's awesome. It's a great design.
Yeah, we love it. We've got ones for Halloween and Christmas. And,
yeah. The ones for Halloween, obviously, we use all year. They only get put away for like 2 or 3 months for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Saved by Grace might Saved by Grace might remember too. You know, something else that would happen because your shadow people reminded me of it. Uh-huh. Do you remember, like, when you could come in my room, if you would shut the door, you could look over at the door and underneath it where, you know, light's coming through from outside, and you could see, like, it looked like shadow things moving under my door. Like, have you guys ever seen anything like that?
No.
No,
I've heard it.
But you know what though? I think we need to start accepting donations for Saved, just so we can hire a mystic to go, like, cleanse everywhere she goes. Just follow it around, man. It's not safe. or you guys got to bring her on your trips that you're going to all those locations.
Oh man, yeah, no doubt, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, Saved, you might remember that. Missy JoJo is leaving us for Sonic 2, but really it's not Sonic 2, it's James Marsden. Missy is leaving us for James Marsden.
That's what's really happening.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
She ain't fooling me, man. But, yeah, man, so if you guys out there, guys and gals, have any personal experiences, any comments, questions, anything like that right now, feel free, shoot them over. We'll holla. You know, because we're an hour and a half in. This podcast has been really fun.
It has. It was great.
You know, and I'm realizing, holy shit, I've had way too much stuff happen to me, but...
We've had some spooky stuff. I think Necro and I have both been lucky with some positive experiences.
Yeah.
With a couple of scary ones tossed in, too, but...
Yeah, the vomit.
The majority has been positive. The vomit, the ghost vomit. Like, I got covered in ghost vomit. Like, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
What else to call it that?
Yeah, Chris, or Grace. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, my haunted room.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. I could look over and, like, there would be stuff moving under my door, like it was like shadows or something. But yeah. Jordan Graham, I love all these different podcast topics you guys do. They're really fun to listen to. Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan.
Yeah, we try to come up with, you know, stuff that we're excited to talk about, and stuff that you all will enjoy, hopefully. You know, some topics do better than others, but, you know.
Hey, as long as we're having fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to your on-location web series. It's going to be great. Weird and Wonderful.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it, too.
Yeah, that's coming up soon. We'll definitely be sharing it with the folks on the channel, and, you know, we've talked about doing, some live podcasts and stuff from on location at actual haunted places, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
what's the first place you're going to?
The first place we're going to is Lake Shawnee.
Yeah, the Lake Shawnee Amusement Park, which is an amusement park, and this is no crap. You can look it up. I mean, it's even called Lake Shawnee, but the place was built on top of an Indian burial ground, and you can actually see literally, and, you know, I know it's a horror movie trope now, but, you know, that's one that's based on reality, because you can actually see the burial mounds.
Yeah.
at that location. So we'll see what we can do. And, you know, I'll definitely share it with the audience here if they want to come over and check out some more of the paranormal side of things with us. But
oh yeah, man.
yeah, so JK said that what was it? His grandparents, or there was a haunted restaurant by where my grandparents lived. It shared space with other businesses, but the other businesses always seem to fail. but his grandparents' location doesn't. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Uh-oh. They put the old curse. Yeah, I like it. JK, get your grandparents to sub to Talk Horror, man. Let them just curse everybody else so I'm like big by default. Like everybody just has to watch me because I'm all that exists now.
There you go.
Oh, man, yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody, for sharing your personal stories with us in the chat.
Yeah, that does take some. And JK getting, you know, pretty personal with it, too. And
Absolutely.
And, you know, especially for that, man, I feel you there. Here we have Jordan. Have you ever heard if that one place called the Devil's Stomping Grounds, I think, where nothing grows in the center but trees and everything grows around it? I haven't heard of that.
Neither have I, but I'm going to be looking it up.
Yeah.
I've heard about it.
And then
place
making
like
sure
that.
I don't go there.
Yeah. There's supposedly a place like that in the Black Forest, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so looking forward to checking that out.
Lawrence Talbot says, I live in a house where a lot of murders happened back in the early 1800s. I never experienced anything supernatural, but my friends always refused to stay the night. They claimed to be woken up by something. Oh, man, tell them. You know, they got to do what Necro did when he was afraid of the dark. He's like, fuck it. I'm just going to sit in here.
He's going to sit here.
He manned up.
Just sit there.
Yeah, man, you got to tell your friends, like, dude, get in here, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, give them
Lauren
positive.
says it's Devil's Circle in
Devil's
Georgia.
Circle in Georgia. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like old Georgia. I think that's got to be on our list of places to go visit anyway, so maybe we can check that out. Georgia's badass. It'll make your legs sweat.
Oh.
Yeah, Georgia gets devilish hot.
Blech.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I grew up in the desert. I can handle dry heat. It's dry heat.
You're calling Los Angeles the desert, babe?
I mean, technically it is, so...
Yeah.
Just that a city got built on top of it, that's all.
Yeah, well, there you go. But yeah, man, we appreciate all of you all coming in. Yeah, absolutely, JK, man. And let's see, Lawrence Talbot, Georgia, but even he couldn't handle the heat. Hello. Yeah, the devil went down to Georgia, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, thank y'all for coming in, hanging out with us. We had to model Saved by Grace. She came in for the big win today.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, because we had to have a moderator presence in here to keep y'all hooligans in line.
I mean, let's be honest. It was to make sure those porn spammers didn't come back. And
Yeah, no doubt, man. We got hammered last time.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank y'all for being part of the horror fam. Thank y'all for coming in, sharing those stories with us. It got spooky tonight. Jonas, I want pictures and videos, man. You told me you were going to send me the video of the person detected in the apartment or whatever. Yeah, he's going to send me that video. I want to see that, man, and that pillow design or whatever for your girlfriend.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then I want you to send me the same pillow. No, I mean, not that pillow, but, give me a pillow with that design on it so I know. So I know how you really feel about the big TH.
Yeah.
That way you got to keep me cozy, Jonas. Gory Tiger, man, we'll check you later. Thank all of y'all for coming in. Until next time. Hey, you have a good weekend too, JK. Memorial Day weekend, baby. Go watch Uncle Sam. Yeah, we need a Talk Horror pillow, Jonas. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Let Talk Horror tuck you in at night.
We'll have to load some of your designs up onto Society 6.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they do. They put these designs on blankets,
Everything.
on pillows, on whatever. Everything.
Oh, yeah. TH. Yeah. Saved. Yeah, I'm going to get on that. I pinned some of our merch at the top of the page, but, there's only, and I have some more designs I need to upload too. Jordan Graham says there's another place in my mom's been wanting to go, which is called the Crybaby Bridge, where apparently exactly at midnight you can hear babies crying.
That's sad.
What's up, Mia? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Hey, you catching us right here at the end, but if you hit that rewind button,
You
we've
can
been
watch
talking
the whole
for,
thing.
we've been talking for an hour and a half.
You can see us, or you can see me as a ghost.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Get you back to the beginning and see Necro as a ghost.
Oh man, yeah. He got my goat. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, Jonas. Gotta get them TH stickers rocking, baby. Yeah, I need to upload some more designs. I have some other designs that are floating around that I need to get up on there and
Yep.
talk with some artists and get some legit stuff flowing.
Yep.
But alright, my friends. Signing off. Keep it spooky. Keep it scary. Until next time, my friends. Look horror.
Listen horror.
Talk horror. Yeah! Bye, everybody. Woo!
See you guys.
See y'all.